In this tutorial, what we're going to do is take some of the parts from this blinds in the living room and put it over here in the bedroom. And you can see that I'm still on the blinds layer, but I just unhid the windows, just so we can see what we're working with. Alright, I'm going to take these blinds and I'm going to open them. And, well, let's see. I'm going to take out this piece right here that I want. And I'm just going to move it over to this room. And I'm going to take one blind group and just move it over to this area. And I'll take the little spinner guy and take it over here too. Click OK. I'll take these blinds and I'll close them. And actually I'll open them. And I'll take this, which I just copied over, and I'll detach those. And then I'll close this group. Alright, and with that group selected, I'll just hide it, because we don't really need it. And now what I want to do is kind of size this for this window. Alright, so I've got to put it in here. I'm going to size it up for there. And then I'm going to bring it into here. Just like that. Okay, with it selected, I'm just going to zoom in on it. And of course, it's not in the window yet. So I need to bring it in there. It's probably going to be too wide, so I'm going to have to scale it. Alright, so I'm going to scale that down. F4 so I can see my edges here. The reason I have the window unhid at the moment is so I can make sure that I don't penetrate it. Not like we'll really see it or anything. I'm just going to bring it in like so. And if I have to, there's no rule that says I can't slide this window backwards. So I'm just going to move that back a little bit. I'll take this and slide it in just a little bit more until we have that. And now that that's done, I can take this window group, windows, and just hide those, because we really don't need that now. Alright, as far as this blind group is concerned, let's just explode. We don't need it to be a group anymore, and we don't need this little guy. So let's take this, and for the moment, let's just hide the walls, just so I can work a little bit quicker. 90. And I'm going to bring this kind of into place. I'm going to scale it down. Obviously, it's a little too big. Alright. Not only is it a little too big, it's a little too wide here. So I'm going to scale it this way. Something like that. Bring it out like this. And I'm not really... I don't know. So we can go like that. Let's look at it. Oh, F4 to take that away. It's just bent a little too much, so hit 1, and I'm just going to take out some of that curvature. It's just a little too much right there. Go. Just fix this. Alright. So we have that. I'm going to center that. Kind of bring it in here. I think that's where it needs to go. I'm not really sure here. I actually got it too high. Something like that, and bring it over. And with these, I'm going to open them already. So let's just open them to where they're pointing down a little bit, but you can still see what's going on. Something like that. I'm actually going to take some of the width off because it's just a little too much. Alright, and with this I'm going to shift drag out a copy like so. Then I'm going to rotate it up 90 degrees and then bring it right about here because it has this opening in it. And what I want to do is kind of mimic, oops, I don't want to do that. Let's delete that. I think I made it an instance. And so bring it over this way, make it a copy. Alright, so rotate it 90 degrees and bring this down to the top there. Bring this up like that. I'm going to slide this back here like so. Make it like that. And this, what I'm going to do is just bring it down so that it fits inside this groove right here. I'll select the bottom vertices. Bring it up into that groove like so. So it actually sits in there. Alright, I'll bring back the wall here. I'm going to shift drag out one over here. Click OK. And mirror it. No clone on the X. And put it there. Alright. So we should have something that looks relatively blind-like. And that should be fitting inside. If it doesn't, what we can do is go to the side here. Let's see, that's kind of hitting that. So let's take the front and just fit it in here too. Like that. And that should take that away. And that looks pretty decent. Okay, we can actually move this down so it sits on it, like so. And this we can move up just a little bit more, like that. And you can see that if we move it down, after it saves, we'll have something that looks kind of like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go into my front view. I'm going to unhide the windows so I can see. And then I'm going to shift drag out a copy and instance it just in case we want to make changes. And I'm just going to give it 30. And we'll delete what we don't need. Alright, I like 30 actually. Even though it's not long enough, let's actually do that again. Got an idea here. We'll shift drag out a copy. Let's put 50 in here. Alright, almost reaches the bottom. And I'm just going to take off that one. I'll bring this one closer up. Select these two, bring them closer up. Something like that. Not to where they're exactly touching. Let's hide these windows. Something like that. Because all these windows will be, or these blinds will be one color, we don't have to do much to them at the end. Okay, just kind of like have it right there. Like they're not totally pulled down at the bottom. Or does that even look good? I don't know. I kind of wanted to bunch them up and not have them go all the way to the bottom, but I don't know. The more I look at it, the more I don't like it. So I changed my mind. I'm just going to take these down and just do about, I don't know, 7. Delete these bottoms right here. Okay. Alright, and then we're going to take this little spinner guy here and put him up and over here. Won't really see it, but I figure we'll put it over here anyway. And usually it's just strings, which I just remembered. So I'm going to go in here into my lines. I'm going to draw one right here. Hold down Shift and it'll be straight. Click it, right click to end it. And go into rendering panel, enable and render, and the viewport. We'll take the thickness way down, something like 0.9, something like that. And then just bring it back here. What we're going to do is put that in the middle of the blinds here. Call this blind string. And that should be in there like so. If I hit F4 you can see that. I'm going to hit M and give it a gray material so it matches. And we have that. So that kind of looks right. Alright, so I'm going to grab that string. Put an O1 on it. And we'll bring another one over here. It's the opposite side. Click OK. And then what I'm going to do is in the top view, I'm going to create another one like this. Click OK. And then I'm going to come down here. Let's see. And I'm going to go into segment and click the segment here. I'm going to refine. I'm just going to start putting in some extra vertices here, like that, and then undo that. I'm going to select this vertice here and just bring that up, and of course I had to do an instance. Delete that. Select this line again, Shift drag out a copy, make it a copy, go into the segment, and actually since I put all those in there we can just leave it. So I'm just going to select these. I don't want it to be too long, so I'm actually going to take this segment right here and delete it. Go like that. With these vertices, I'm just going to kind of like just have them hanging there like that. And I'm actually going to bring it like over the front here so we can see it a little better. Like that. Okay. And on the very tip of it, what I'm going to do is create a little cylinder. And actually something better would be a cone. So I'll create a cone like so. I can rotate it 90 degrees this way. Put it into place. Take its radius down. Something like that. Don't need so many height segments. Doesn't need so many sides either. Get away with 8. We'll find it out here in space, bring it in. Now we can make this even more detailed than what we're doing. I mean, we can really go to town on it, but I'm not really wanting to get too insane with it because I don't think that it's going to be a major rendering factor. Now if it becomes that in yours, you might want to put a little more detail in it than what I've done. Hit Z and zoom in on there. Give it that gray material. I might give it a few more sides since I don't feel like putting a turbo smooth on it. I'll bump it up to 16. That should do it fine. Give that top radius just a little bit more. Okay, right click it and convert it to an editable poly. And I'm going to select this, hold down Control, click the edges, and then choose a chamfer, just a little bit, no big deal. Okay, something like that. Select this string, select this end vertice, just kind of move it off a little bit like so. I'm going to select this and move it out from that blind there. So I'm going to move it out just so it's not touching it. And I'll grab this, take this vertice, and move it back into place some, like that. Okay, now the thing about it is, you normally have two of these things. So let me hide these walls. Hit F4 so I can see. I don't want any of these strings to be bumping into the blinds. So I want to make sure that that's sitting way on the outside of it. It seems to be alright. Okay, and with that, what I'm going to do is just duplicate it. Just duplicate it right beside it with a copy. And then with this line, I'll just make it go up a little more and maybe cross it. Something like that. You don't want this to be exactly the same. So kind of make sure you don't do that. And with this, you want to make this go in here and over to this area. And while I'm here, I'm going to click this one and do the same thing. Make sure it goes inside here. Make sure I select one of these vertices. You don't want it to penetrate the other string either. And trying to make it a bit random. You can even lower it like that. Bring it around so it looks a little different. Take this cone, call it blind string end 01. Let Max save and just shift drag up a copy. And then we can just place that where it needs to go, beside here. Something like that. Alright, it looks like we have some blinds, and they don't seem to be penetrating the rest of them right through here. At least it doesn't look like it. That might be penetrating just a little bit, but if they are, just go in here and refine it with some extra vertices and get those out of the way so that it looks good. I'm going to select all of this. I'm going to group it all together, and I'm going to call it bedroom blinds underscore group, just like so. And now we have that. So if I hide it, it hides all the blinds. Alright. All the blinds are hidden. Okay. I can unhide all. Hit no. That'll unhide those blinds for me. And there we go. So that's the blinds. So I will see you in the next tutorial.